Good morning, guys. Dave Santarelli here from BreakingChartAlerts.com. If you guys watched our pre-market video on YouTube there, jobless claims came out much better than expected. First-time jobless claims, continued jobless claims, all of them. Nice drop there. The continued jobless claims down about 500,000 more than what they were expecting, which is great news. We're seeing the markets take off here. Here's the Qs, tech's taking off. We got that MACD cross. We're coming up on that 1020 cross. We're going to have 290 as resistance on Qs. SPY. I don't know why this E-Trade. Sometimes it'll come up on SPY. Sometimes it doesn't. Let me change this back over here. We'll go from a minute to 3 months. There we go. Now she's showing. All right, so back up above that 10, 20, and 50 SMA for the first time in quite some time here since September 3rd. So nice job with SPY climbing here. Take a look at our CRM. Well, first let's take a look at Diamond. Diamond's on the climb here as well. We're going to be looking at that 265 or that 285 as the target there. Target resistance, CRM, Salesforce, having a nice climb. Google is having a big climb here in the pre-market hours. 14.85 a share. We'll look for that to continue to run there. UPS is looking strong today. We want to see that break above 170 today. Bank of America.
And travel agents that it has canceled cruises
Bank of
from
America.
all U.S. home ports except Miami and Port Canaveral for November and December 2020.
Guys, Carnival Cruise Lines just canceled all their cruises. Let me just wait for that to come out here.
Operations from Miami and Port Canaveral in November, December are still not certain. Carnival is focusing its initial return to service from those two home ports whenever that might occur. That's Charlie Lima, Carnival.
So CCL, we're going to have to look to sell that one probably this morning off of that news. Let's see what CCL's doing here on that news. Got a couple minutes till opening bell. Carnival Cruise is dropping on that news.
1520
Big drop on Carnival Cruise on that news.
That's CCL, Charlie Lima.
Market's going to be opening here any second. Got 2 minutes. Once that Carnival Cruise info comes out, I'll share it with you guys. There's more breaking news here. U.S. home price accelerated in July. House prices are going up. It's good news. Guys, Amazon got a big upgrade today to $4,500 a share. Amazon's on the run here. I want to pick up a trade on Amazon. I think that's going to be an easy 3,400 target. We could get something out of the money going into the November 20th Expo, including holiday season, and that should be a really nice trade setup for us there to capture a big return on an out-of-the-money vertical spread on Amazon. Waiting for that CCL news to come up here. Here it is, Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival Cruise Line has canceled its cruises It's notifying its guests, travel agents, and everyone it has canceled cruises from all U.S. home ports except Miami and Port Canaveral for November and December. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Have a good day, everyone. Good luck. Let's find some setups here today.
CIDM, Charlie India Delta Michael.
Our Salesforce trade is in the green. Thinking about closing that out.
Announced digital content partnership with Canopy, CIDM.
Nice way to start the day. She's still on the run. Netflix 506. Let's watch cues. See SPY. SPY is holding up. E-Trade is really slow today. Dow's up 197 points, Nasdaq's up 128, S&P's up 27 points. SPY is just consolidating. We're looking for that break above 338 on SPY. Netflix is on the run. Here goes the markets on the climb again. Dow's now up 230 points. Nasdaq's up 130. S&P's up 31.
TRTN, Trident International pricing their offering of secondary offering of shares by selling shareholders $38.25 per share. That's Tango Romeo Tango November. TRTN.
Nice climb on SPY. Guys, take a look at our Intel trade. Remember, we were talking about that yesterday. Look at Intel breaking out here. What a breakout on Intel. This one's ready for a big climb. This is one we could take advantage of while the options are still cheap. We'll probably look this afternoon to add to another Intel trade.
RGLS, Regulus Therapeutics, getting a spike in volume. Romeo Golf Lima Sandy.
All right, let's see. Nike, we have October 9th in the trade challenge account. That's in the green. We're up 12% on that. Let's see what I want to do with Nike. I don't want to lock in gains too early. It's looking good. There goes Netflix continuing to climb there, 507.59. I think I will let us run today. Our positions are looking good. Our accounts are in the green really nicely. I mean, here's how we're starting off the day here. It's looking to be a good day. Not much, but $1,273. And that's in the regular account. The trade challenge account's up $200. We're still continuing to climb. We're up $1,400 now in the main. Google's on the climb. Google's giving us some nice gains today. I think we're going to see that continue to run. That's going to be our sweetheart. I want to see that at 1,500 tomorrow.
ENLV and LiveX Therapeutics currently halted on a circuit breaker.
Look at Netflix, guys.
$11.11, ENLV.
Netflix is soaring here. I really think we're going to see that 525 target. It's a good opportunity to jump into Netflix if you're not in it.
Drug trial hit a high near $15.
Ephraim, let's send out a trade idea on Netflix.
Second November, Lima Victor.
Today was my second day of CrossFit, and we did something called I'm not sure if I'm naming it right. You know, you guys are the experts, but it was called Tabitha or something. I did like 20 seconds of this hardcore thing and then a 10-second rest, 20 seconds. Man,
that's PEP.
I don't know who she is, but I don't like her. Let's take a look at the October. We could even do the October 2nd, but we'll pick the October 9th Expo. Good look at that 510, 515. $2 to be worth 5. That's a hell of a great trade setup right here. You can pick up 5 contracts for about $1,000. That's not going to be a bad setup. We can make a small trade on that. Net debit 2.00. 510, 515. I should easily hit that that 525 target next week. Let's see, I just want to give the markets a little time here. We're only about 7 minutes in, but this is probably the trade we're going to end up making. I just want to give the markets a little time, make sure we're not going to pull back.
FDA emergency use authorization for Ascented's gene Centosure SARS CoV-2 RT-PCR assay. That's Charlie November Tango Golf CNTG.
CNTG just got emergency use. Guys, we just had an upgrade here. DPZ, Domino's Pizza. I'm going to share that in the trade room with you guys. Domino's Pizza maintains neutral, raises price target to $4.30 on DPZ.
On big volume, CNTG.
We're now up 1,500 for the day. $14.53. Now we're up 15.17.
Shares popping here, 13.91, up about 4% now. Lima Echo Victor India. LEVI.
Google and Intel are really taking off. Nice climbs on those. I know, right, Avilio? They upgrade the stock to 430. It just about got to 430. These guys are geniuses. They're like the weatherman. Let's see. You were talking about Penn yesterday, Avilio. Let's take a look at it again today. So for me, Penn, I'm still looking for this area here. I want to see it break above that resistance. You get a green candle above that resistance area, that's going to be my buy signal. Ray, how you doing, buddy? I hope that cracked rib is doing a little better today.
Levi brand now available at the store. That's LEVI.
Sorry to hear about that, Ray. American Airline is climbing like crazy. Up $400 on American Airlines. So American Airline announced they're cutting 19,000 jobs. I made a post on Facebook because the guy makes $15 million a year, and he's cutting 19,000 jobs of people that are making $30,000 to $40,000 a year. You know, I mean, think about all the families that's going to affect, and then the trickle-down effect, especially if they're not getting that extra $600 a week from the federal government. That's why that stimulus package is so important. And that's why I continue to make smaller trades here, because I know that trickle down is going to be happening soon.
LEVI.
Oh, Ray, you got into a bar fight, huh? Wow. Bar fight with Chuck Norris. Netflix is climbing now off that 10. I'd love to make a paycheck trade on
Senate
Netflix
panel
for this
votes to
week.
subpoena Facebook, Google, and Twitter CEOs.
Senate is now subpoenaing Facebook, Google, and Twitter CEOs. Breaking news. Wells Fargo maintains overweight on McDonald's, raises price target to $2.44 on MCD. Let's take a look. MCD is, there we go. This is a nice opportunity to pick up some calls. This is a perfect trade right here for us to make on that upgrade. We've had really good trades on McDonald's. So let's go with the October 16th Expo. We could pick up a regular call on it. I'll pick up the 220, 250. And we'll pick up the 225. I'll just pick up. Let's see, she's going for. Pick up 5 of them. Keep the trade small. Let's see if we could get filled for 2.70. What account am I in here? In the trade challenge account. Hold on one sec. Don't mess it up talking. Only gonna push me away. That's it. There we go. Ephraim, let's do a trade alert on McDonald's. 225 strike. This is going to be a trade challenge account trade. Let's see if we could get it for about 2 point. Let's see. Markets are pulling back here a minute. Let's see what Dow's doing. Diamond ETF. You could get it ready. The 225 strike call for October 16th. I just want to see what the markets are doing here. Just pulling back a little bit from the highs. There's Diamond. There's that red candle there. Let's see SPY. Trade challenge account. Let's see. Okay. If we get this climb on SPY here off this 20 with Diamond and SPY, I'll jump into that MCD trade. Going for 242 by 260 right now. I could probably get in for about 255. I'm waiting, I'm being patient. I want to make sure we're going to hold this 20 and start that climb. I'm watching Diamond, SPY, and Qs here at the bottom.
For September 53.2, the estimate was 53.5.
Only going to push me away.
Coming up at 10, construction spending for August. Plus 0.8% expected. ISM manufacturing PMI 56.4.
Dow's up 177, Nasdaq's up 122. Let's see what we do here at this 20. Diamond is coming down to the 20 here as well. Let me put on Qs on today's chart. Breaking below that 20. What time is it? About 9:47. Diamond's breaking down here as well. Take a look at Diamond ETF. Big red candle below that 20.
JILLJ, Jill getting a pop here. Juliet India, Lima Lima.
See if we get the climb here off that 279. So here's the trade I want to make. I'm just waiting for the markets. Remember, trend is your friend, so I like watching the markets here before we jump into a trade. McDonald's is holding that 20 right now. Diamond, SPY, looks like we're holding up here. If we get that climb above 222 here on McDonald's, I'll enter into that trade. She's at 239 by 248 right now. So that's why it's so important to wait. We get much better pricing here. 245. She drops below that 20. I'll scrap that trade. Won't make it. But Diamond's starting to climb here again. Qs are starting to climb. MCD October 16, 225 at a limit order of 250. We'll see if that gets filled. Order status. There we go. That's completed at 250. Let me get this up for you guys. upgraded to so our stop
CDNA, CareDx receives final Medicare coverage decision for AlloSure Heart, Charlie Delta November Alpha.
let me go make that trade in the other account here as well. Just toggle between accounts. I got the October 16th 220 call at $5 in the other account here as well. Markets are pulling back a little bit though. Take a look at Diamond ETF. 1020 cross and below, getting up to that 20 failing. Dow's still up 174 points right now. Nasdaq's up 122. S&P's up 23. Keeping an eye on the market. Let's see, Salesforce starting to climb a little bit.
PDOC, Teladoc shares moving a bit lower. Wall Street Journal highlighting earlier that health insurers are reducing spending on telehealth. And CSFB out with a note on telehealth fraud.
Telehealth fraud
schemes. That's Tango Delta Oscar Charlie. That being circulated now. CAG Conagra on their call. Company CFO says full year impact of the divestitures are expected to be 100 basis points on sales. That's Charlie Alpha Golf.
Besides schooling, have you allowed him? So my question is, have you allowed him to?
Diamond is dropping heavily here. Debating what I'm going to do with Salesforce here. I'm watching that on the screen above. Okay, Salesforce. I have an order in. Let's see, what do I have the order in at? Order status. Live. There we go. I got rid of Salesforce at 270. I didn't want to watch the market drop any further here. That one's for tomorrow's expo. Yeah, I'm holding on to Google. I like Google. If anything runs, that should continue to run. Let me see, GOOGL. If it breaks below 1475, I'd be out of Google. Want to see the markets do something here. It doesn't seem like we're having a big sell-off or anything. It's just a little pullback from the highs this morning. If we break below that 50, that would concern me on Diamond ETF. Qs are still looking pretty strong though. Mike, I look at Diamond, SPY, and Qs. What do I have in? So I have 6 screens in front of me. So I guess
construction spending for August plus 0.8%
that's just what I have
expected.
there. I got
The ISM
1, 2,
manufacturing
3,
PMI
4,
for
5,
September,
6, 7, 8,
56.4
9,
in
10.
consensus.
I have 11 charts in front of me. So if you guys want to see something on the screen you're looking at, just let me know. I'm just scanning through all the other charts here on my 6 screens. I like looking at Diamond, SPY, and Qs, obviously. Industrials, we got our tech, and we have our strong S&P 500 top companies. I like looking at those 3 ETFs there. Qs are starting to climb above the 10 here. I want to see that climb above the 20. Let me put Qs here. Pretty tight here. Qs look ready for another takeoff. There goes Google again. Google's climbing above that 20. Like that setup there. It's holding that 50. Qs are still between that 10-20 SMA on a today 1 minute. Duncan says DocuSign is strong. DocuSign looks really great there, Duncan. We got the SMA cluster. Diamond's breaking down now again, though. Here comes Q's breaking down. That's why, you know, it's nice to look at some charts here. You're going back into those COVID stocks, you know, the DocuSigns, the vaccine stocks, the pharmaceuticals, you know, your consumer staples.
CCCL, China Ceramics, CCCL making new highs now on volume, 12%, Charlie Lima.
Charlie Lima. Diamond's below that 50 now. Looks like we might get back in the red today.
ISM Manufacturing PMI for September, 55.4, 56.4 the consensus. Construction spending plus 1.4%, better than the plus 0.8% expected.
Nice job, Jerry. Amazon is a beast. What a climb on Amazon. Up 1.34%, almost back up to 3,200.
Micro for light source driving circuits and light source module. Oscar India Michael.
USA construction spending for August, 1.4% versus 0.8% estimate. That's a huge jump in construction spending there. So Home Depot, Lowe's, those are probably going to be ones that really have a nice run over the coming weeks here. Home Depot, let's take a look at Lowe's. Lowe's is pretty strong today. Datadog, option alert, October 9th, 105 call sweeps coming in. I'm going to share that in the trade room with you. DDOG. Delta CEO.
30 natural gas storage, a build of 79 BCF expected.
So Delta CEO says anyone that says they're not going to wear a mask are going to be on Delta's no-fly list. So Ed Bastian, the Delta CEO, came on in a memo to Delta airline employees, says the company added 400 more passengers to Delta's no-fly list for refusing to wear face mask requirements. Google is taking off their first candle above the 1020 SMA. See if that continues. Q's getting a strong little lift there. Nice candle on Q's. Take a look at Q's. Look at that candle on Q's. Nice run there. Carnival Cruise Lines just announced it's canceled further trips for November and December out of the Miami and Port Canaveral ports. UPS is on the climb, up 2% today. There she goes again on her own.
Shang Educational Holdings opening now. Lima X-Ray Echo Hotel.
Where is CNBC in the background here? Let's see. Let's listen to the squawk. Squawk on the street. See what these guys are.
FEAC. Bill Ackman and Whitney Tilson at a special event on October 8th.
UPS looks ready for a nice breakout. We could break above 170 on UPS today. That's one I'm definitely going to be adding to.
Sports platform to go public. That's FEAC.
Where's that mark at today? Let's see. Skyjack says Overstock's on the run.
There's a
You
fine
guys,
people get-
have you guys ever bought from Overstock? Any one of you? That's a nice setup on Overstock there. Nice candle. I never did either, you know. How about Wayfair? Mark O. Jerry says she buys from Wayfair all the time. Could you count on them?
CAG
You get them
Conagra
pretty
Brands,
quick?
CEO.
I got a
company
few things
says
I gotta buy.
Q4 retailer levels were below normal average levels, and so company had to increase shipments, impacting
Wayfair looks good. 235 target. 235 to 350 target on Wayfair would be a nice trade setup.
I think it's more about volatility than direction here, in the sense that you have clear tail risk on a left.
Conagra CEO says even now, retailer inventories are below historic averages.
On the other hand,
That's
right
Charlie
now
Alpha
there's
Golf.
coming from vaccine news, and markets are simply going to toggle between those tail risks over the coming months. So it's not a directional bet as much as it is a little bit more volatility here. We think in our baseline outlook that the U.S. economy is still relatively well supported here. An additional fiscal package is a nice to have, but not a need to have for things to be okay, in the sense that there's a broad degree of support for growth. And you can see that in the consumer numbers from this morning. So you have supporting consumer spending, government support, you have organic healing in the labor market, and you have saving rates, this big pile of dry powder that's accumulated over the last few months. And what you're seeing is that, even as income ticks down, consumption is still moving up. And so even in the absence of additional support, you're getting consumer spending down that is saving buffer, and that's leading to
Here's the breaking news. Nancy Pelosi says she's very skeptical of a new stimulus deal.
1262, up about 3.5% again.
Man, why can't they just
Phil
shut
Ekman
up?
and Whitney Tilson at an event on October 8th. This is at the SPAC Investment Summit.
Ugh. Gotta drink some water. That workout this morning in CrossFit, tough to put my arms over my head. Doing those damn cowbells again. Yeah, the cramps after the workout, Ephraim, they're the toughest part. I could handle the pain, but the cramping. Diamond continuing to pull back here, getting up to that 10 and failing. Mackenzie, you do the kettlebells? Today we did something called, what was it called? He said, Tabitha? Tabata, there you go. Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know what that means, who that person is, but don't like them. You do like 20 seconds, then you get 10 seconds rest, and man, and you keep doing it for like, I don't know, what was it, like 15 minutes we did?
ATH Athene Holdings, it says on September 8th, company and Mass Mutual sent a joint proposal to the Board of American Equity Investment.
Very
Fund
sore
holders.
today. I think he
Proposal
tricked
for
me.
a
That
more
first
structured
workout, he was
certain
just like
conditions
saying,
for
okay, here's a
$36
beginner getting
cash.
back to CrossFit type of deal.
That's Alpha 10
Today he
as well.
really pushed me, so I know I'm gonna be. He's like, I don't want you to be sore for the weekend, so we're not gonna do it again until Monday. So I could feel it coming.
Right at the beginning of next year, and so it's definitely hit the growth. But my point was simply is that you have a lot
You
of
know that song, I
money
could
that
feel
can
it
compensate for that hit the growth.
coming.
So you have consumer spending.
I could
Down,
feel it coming for sure.
you have interest rate sensitive spending.
Pfizer return on capital employed overview. Piper Sandler maintains overweight on PCB Bancorp, lowers price target to $11.
Consumer spending led recovery now. It's a little bit broader, and that's supportive even in the event that
Let's look at a trade ID on Wayfair.
inventory comes at the beginning of next year.
That one's still continuing to break higher here.
Amy, RBC, thank you both for joining us.
Thanks.
Take a break here. When we come back, another day, another SPAC. This time it's telehealth company Hims and Hers. We'll talk to the CEO as the Dow has lost most of its early gains on some of that disappointing manufacturing data and some of these discouraging headlines on stimulus talks. We're back in a moment.
Dow just turned red. Let me show you guys. Diamond here. Big breakdown on Diamond ETF. Up to that 10, failing, heading lower. Up to that 10 SMA, failing, heading lower. Up to that 10, lower. Up to that 10 again. And here's that next big breakdown coming on Diamond. Let me see what my Google trade is doing here. I might exit out of Google.
Doing business slows everyone down. With Paycom, employees enter and manage their own HR data in one easy-to-use software. Visit paycom.com for a free demo.
Welcome to this 10th edition of Delivering Alpha.
What's going to happen in terms of
BCCL, China Ceramics, Charlie Lima, $2.65.
Very similar to what has been the bipartisan proposal.
Most VCs have a track record with 1 out of 10 work. We actually have 8 or 9 out of 10 that actually work, and they're all multicultural. When they get too big, when they get too dominant in the market, gotta break them apart and get more competition going.
I'm fine.
If Joe Biden gets elected, is it
ADES, ADV Emission Solutions, moving again. Alpha Delta Echo Sandy. Advanced Emissions shares on heavy volume now, $6.10, up 50%. Company announcing activated carbon supply agreement with Cabot. Was after the close yesterday. That's Alpha Delta Echo Sandy.
Qs are starting to climb a little bit here. But are we going to get up to that 10 or 20 and fail again? That's what we got to see.
betterforthem.com.
Welcome back to Spots on the Street. It's now time for our ETF Spotlight. Taking a look at the consumer staples ticker XLP, trying to hold on to this year's gains. Currently trading though in the red, down about 0.3%. One name in the group, PepsiCo, moving a little lower today despite posting better than expected quarterly results, benefiting in part from increased snack purchases by homebound consumers. The company Street forecasts still Wall Street's not impressed.
So I was up, let me see. I was up, what, 1,400 this morning? Now after that pullback, Only up about 530 bucks for the day after that pullback. There's a big climb though on the diamond candle. First candle above the 10. MACD's crossing. We're getting up to that 20. Let's see if it fails at that 20, heads lower, or if we get a cross above that 20, we start that climb.
Beat the price again. Excuse me, sir. Single care this gentleman, please. Stop overpaying. Single care can help you find the cheapest prices on your medication. All you need to do is download the free app
Let's see if I could find that.
today.
Let's see. Peter Moreno says, good morning on YouTube. Chung Ho says, Dave, Overstock looking good. Overstock looks great. Wayfair looks great. Peter Moreno, how you doing? Erevom, check out Walmart. Let me check out Walmart on the other chart here.
Fisher Investments has gathered the 13 worst blunders. How to avoid them. This eye-opening free guide. Why take a chance?
Not bad.
Investments sent you a free guide. 13 retirement
3-month daily. What a climb.
money in retirement. Or working with a money manager who's not a fiduciary. Call now 1-800-208-4466. Fisher Investments has helped thousands avoid costly blunders and achieve a comfortable retirement. If you have $500,000 or more to invest, call now. Call Fisher Investments now for your free guide. 1-800-208-4466. Don't just retire. Retire well.
It's no secret. Every business needs a website. And with Kajabi, you can have yours up and running in a few clicks without having to pay a designer or mess around with unreliable plugins. Our ready-made teams take care of the tech, so the only thing left to add is, well, focus on your passion, not on the tech. Kajabi's platform makes it all possible. You're one step closer to turning what you know into what you do.
Retail stocks are doing well. That's why you're seeing Amazon, Walmart, and those continue to climb.
So we set out to create a better place on our target.
Amazon's going to be a great setup once this
In America,
whole election is over with here.
2% commission. The icing on the cake. We say $12,000
Hey, we're so stressed.
Bank of America was having a great morning here. I'm just waiting, seeing it's still early. We're not even an hour into the trading day, so.
Wisconsin reporting record.
Wisconsin record COVID cases.
COVID-19, record high COVID-19 related deaths, hospitalizations climbing, that from CNN.
MCD, McDonald's is finally starting to climb. There goes Google taking off.
We are not a discount brokerage. These are top local agents that'll give you the best results. Did the start of the fall season continue job strength? Are virus concerns slowing recovery?
Candle above 1485 would be great.
Tomorrow on Squawk Box. No more Squawk Box anytime on demand.
Telehealth company Hims and Hers announcing it will be going public via a SPAC. Oaktree Acquisition Corp is the name of the SPAC. Deal bags Hims and Hers at $1.6 billion. They're also bringing in $75 million in a PIPE investment. Franklin Templeton, a number of other investors providing that capital. Joining me now is
Walmart still climbing.
Led by, from my perspective, one of the best investment minds out there, Howard Morris. And so I think a combination of those factors and the team just made a lot of sense for us as an organization.
Courtney, real quickly, I wonder, I guess the benefit.
Anyway,
There goes.
nuance
There we go.
communication,
There goes Walmart. There goes Google.
HICVA extension from the VA.
Nice climb back up $900 for the day.
That's November uniform, Alpha November. That's from
Got to decide what I'm going to do with Google and Bank of America. Those are our two positions that expired tomorrow.
That's why 100 to 200 times more telemedicine visits are taking place this year versus last year. And so with our business, what it did is it allowed us to accelerate our roadmap. We were able to launch things like behavioral health, allowing patients to see a psychiatrist for affordable prices online. It allowed us to launch at-home testing kits for COVID-19. It allowed us to launch primary care offerings where families could come and talk to a doctor within a couple of minutes for things like the flu or common cold. And I think that awareness of telemedicine, the awareness that our health system in this country really needs modern.
Look at this. This is what's crazy. As COVID-19 cases rise, shutdowns begin again, insurance companies say they're not covering virtual doctor visits. And that's to get out of paying for doctors. What a scam insurance is. I'm telling you. Can't stand insurance.
You're not taking insurance, so people are paying whatever it is.
You think they would say, okay, you know what? A virtual doctor is better than going out there and risking your life, if COVID is a big concern,
Has scaled exceptionally quickly in the last couple of years. Today,
McDonald's finally had that 1020 cross on it today, 1 minute chart. I'm looking at that on the other screen.
the largest telehealth
I'm waiting for Google to break above that 1485.
for a decade to hit that number. And I think the reason for that is it's just a proof point behind what happens when you
FLDM fluid. I'm getting some volume here. Foxtrot Lima Delta Michael, FLDM.
So on the Hims and Hers platform today, we offer dozens of different medications and treatments across dozens of different services and specialties, and it's all comprehensive care in one place. So you can come have a dermatology appointment.
Roku shares are trading higher after Citigroup maintained a buy rating on the stock and raised the price target from 180 to 220.
The other part of this is that we offer this service in a way that is simple and affordable. So on average, our services are 20 to 40
TM Toyota division sales for September, 172,370 units. That's up 14.3%. That's Tango Michael.
Bank of America finally found its support and starting to climb as well.
It's a huge step forward in healthcare.
There goes Google.
Industry, $4 trillion industry that needs to be
Nice climb above 1485. We'll have about 1488 as resistance. Dow's back up 75. Excuse me.
Insurance. How do you bring that price down, the price of healthcare down, in a way that other areas have not been able to figure out how to do that? And what does that mean from the standpoint of kind of the quality of care, the quality of doctors and people on the other side of the screen that people will be speaking with and will be diagnosing certain ailments?
I think we are probably the first company to go public in the markets that has built an infrastructure and a system that's entirely focused on the consumer. And what that means is essentially we rebuilt the U.S. healthcare system from a network of doctors. We have hundreds of doctors across this country. They're trained specialists. They've had on average 14 years of experience before they come onto our platform. And then the technology beneath it, such that a physician and a patient can jump on their phone from the comfort of their couch and connect instantaneously. And so when you think of the U.S. healthcare system today, you think of brick and mortar hospitals, you think of a lot of people, you think of a lot of costs, right? And so what we've been able to do by verticalizing this system with cloud technology is essentially remove so much of that friction and so much of that cost. And so the patient is able to come to us and get very, very affordable costs, right? So $20 to $40 on average, our patients are paying a cash pay price that is equal, if not cheaper, than the copay that they
Back up $1,100. Here we go.
most people know in this country as high deductible plans increase, and I think it's roughly 50% of families unable to afford those deductibles on their insurance plan. An option like ours that is incredibly affordable and is cheaper than people's insurance, I think is something
Peloton. Oh, don't even tell me about that. We do a bad job selling early. Wow, 103. Man, oh man.
Libya oil output rises to
Here was our original
270,000
target on
barrels per day,
Peloton
that's
if we look at 3-month daily.
reported by Reuters.
Yeah, the company has this really powerful combination.
Our target was 104, what was it, 105 to 110 we said.
Modern healthcare system, and you're talking about a $4 trillion market, right? And so we really
Ah,
focus on making sure
sold that one way too early. Wasn't disciplined myself on that one.
of our cared for under. Coupled with that, you have a really rare combination in public markets, right? You have 100 to 200% historical growth in this business with very clear expansion categories as we look to expand into chronic conditions such as hypertension and cholesterol or diabetes. So really robust financials, 70+% gross margins, 90+% recurring revenue on our business. So I think when you couple that dynamic of very large market, very large vision, clear need for modernization in healthcare, and this coupling of robust revenue and very, very efficient economics, it's just something that I think is rarely seen in public markets, and I think it's a story that's going to be, very, very well received.
Yeah, and finally, 70% gross margin certainly gets people's attention. Andrew, what are you going to use the bulk of the money for? We know you, of course, in terms of your marketing. We see your ads right here on CNBC, but what else?
The vision for the business has always been for Hims and Hers to be the front door of the healthcare system. And what that means is offering more and more services, more conditions, more treatments, so that more people can come to us no matter who they are and where they live and get access to great care. And so just like you've seen from us in the last couple of years, just really rapid expansion into more offerings, you're going to see the same thing from us today. We have an audience of individuals in their 20s and 30s, and we see the things that they're suffering from, like hypertension and cholesterol and diabetes, like I was talking about. And so in the coming years, we'll use that capital to accelerate growth and also accelerate that condition expansion to hopefully help millions of more people.
All right, well, we'll be watching as you guys now get closer to close of the deal that you announced today.
SPY's got that support at 335.50 today. Breaks below that, we're going to be seeing another big sell-off.
Taking time.
Thank you so much.
As we head to break, we go from SPAC public listing to direct listing. Take a look at shares of Palantir a day after its public debut. They're trading right around where they closed yesterday, down about 5% from where the stock opened in yesterday's trading. Squawk on the Street will be right back. Stay with us.
Nice. Dave Galloway sold Peloton today for 125% gain. Dave, you know what? You got better discipline than me this week. I'll tell you. Great job on Peloton. Sold that early.
The energy sector spider, the next chapter in investing. Before investing, consider the
NKLA, Nicola,
Go to sectorspiders.com for prospectus containing
weekly 22.5 calls on NKLA.
keeping your oysters growing while keeping your business growing.
Let's see where the news is with the vote. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube here.
Indeed you do. The moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database, so you can start hiring right away. Claim your $75 credit when you post your first job at Indeed.com/promo.
FCAU, Fiat Chrysler reporting retail sales.
Who said
15%
that
in
the House was
Q3.
voting right now? I don't see anything on.
Reports Ram retail sales up 15% in Q3. Total sold vehicles in Q3 down 10%. Coming up, natural gas storage. $76 BCF build on natural gas storage. The estimate was for a 79 BCF build.
Be proactive. I think it's worth it.
Visit
Natural
McDonald's
gas
is
off the
finally
page now,
starting to climb there.
$2.46. SNDL, sundial growers
Everybody, I'm Sue Herrera. Here's your
at the
CNBC
highs
News
now,
updated this hour.
22%,
The NFL has
sending from
postponed
Delta
the
Lima.
Titans Steelers game again after another Titans player and a team employee tested positive. The game will be rescheduled for a bit later in the season. Professional soccer players walking off the field to protest hate. The USL Championship team San Diego Loyal made that move after a player on the opposing team allegedly used a homophobic slur at another player. Loyal players say that both managers heard that slur, but officials did not take any action. The European Union
Here we go. Spy finally climbing there.
plans to breach
There we go.
reached last year. The British pound fell against the euro and the dollar after the announcement. Some analysts see a higher risk of a no-deal Brexit. And California is not the only place with major wildfires. 9 people have died in the Ukraine as fires have burned more than 46,000 acres there. You are up to date. That's the news update this hour. I'll see you next hour, Carl. Back to you.
Okay, so we'll see you then.
Google is taking off 1487.01. Let's see it break that 1490. That'd be nice.
In the meantime, the cyclical trade definitely getting undone as energy, copper, oil trading in the red. Back in a moment.
RKT rocket companies popping here. Trade is circulating a partnership.
But what if there was a hidden treasure, a prolific area, untouched for decades, waiting to be rediscovered? What if one gold explorer is
With Realtor.com, that's was updated yesterday. That's RKT rocket companies now at 2091 getting a pop. Again, that report from Inman News about a partnership between Rocket and Realtor.com. RKT, Romeo Kilo Tango.
Corvus Gold. Gold rediscovered.
When we join up together as friends, neighbors, community, when we step up,
TWTR Twitter
caring for those
investigating issue for users expects degraded service.
as one.
TWTR.
Meals up, on and up. I'm Shepard Smith.
Team BCA, I just read the team chat there. I love what you guys are doing with that breaking news graphic. Great job. Spies continuing to break higher here. There goes Bank of America. Big run on Bank of America. McDonald's. Take a look here. MCD. Big run on MCD. Bank of America.
As we kick off the final stretch of 20
Google.
lays out his playbook for the fourth quarter and how to pivot away from some of those
And UPS.
Find out more at tradingnation.cnbc.com. Let's talk of the
UPS. Spy is running nicely here. Look at that Spy breakout. There goes Google. First off, back over 1,100 bucks for the day. Google Trade's almost in the green now.
The non-US assets that they don't fit our core structure. Despite being a great brand and a great business overseas, we are a domestic focused company here.
And you've said that repeatedly, that your intentions really are on the U.S. side of the business. And you said that, you know, the total addressable market in the future could be $35 billion. I know that this single digital wallet for sports gambling, for online sports gambling, for iGaming, which is casino games online, and online poker is really important to you, but that's important to DraftKings, which is spending a ton of money. It's important for Penn and Barstool. It's important to MGM in its efforts on this front. How would this deal position you competitively and strategically?
Yeah, so to be clear on that, the 30 billion number that you cited, we've been, what we said is the last two broker reports that have come out, which I believe were from Clarity and Goldman, had total addressable market in excess of 30 billion. We don't think it needs to be nearly that big for this transaction to be a home run for our shareholders. What this allows us to do is work toward a single wallet solution where we tie online sports betting, online casino, and online poker to a single wallet and to our Caesars Rewards database, and also to our partnerships with ESPN and CBS.
Dow's now up 160, NASDAQ up 123, S&P up 21.
In terms of customer acquisition, and then the broad array of options to earn
Nice climb.
points both online and offline, we think will make our customers stickier than some of our peers. But to be clear, we think this is an enormous opportunity. As I've said, for the Utah says, I think this is the largest opportunity in this space in 3 decades from a growth perspective. We think there'll be multiple winners in the space, and we think we're well positioned to be one of them.
I want to ask you about a short-term question here. COVID has already disrupted the NFL season. We just learned that 2 more Vikings team members have tested positive. The NFL now says that game between the Steelers and the Titans will be delayed till sometime later in the season. Are you concerned about the implications of coronavirus for this season, and how important is football in this year's sports betting trajectory?
Well, of course, we're concerned with coronavirus generally, throughout our business, sports included. Particularly here in terms of the opportunity, the deal that's on the table today is much more about the next 5 to 10 years than about the current season or certainly this week's games. We've seen the sports leagues deal with health-related issues since they've come back.
There we go, guys. Google Trade is now in the green. We got a profit on the Google Trade, finally. Breaking above 1490.
Tom, it's David Faber. You are moving pretty
Bring that up on the chart here.
expanding your footprint. I just wonder, I mean, the Caesars deal in and of itself was a large deal for El Dorado. Now you're embarking on this. Can you give assurance to investors that you're on top of
RKT Rocket Company, December 20 call sweep now. Romeo
Rocket
Kieran,
Mortgage.
top
Call
of the-
sweeps coming in.
Absolutely, David. And as an aside, I've been listening to you talking about M&A for years. It's a little bit thrilled to actually be talking about one of our deals with you. But thankfully, we kept 3 senior executives within Caesars, Chris Holdren, Eric Hession, Christian Stewart, that were instrumental in building the sports business, building the partnerships. And Eric and
SONO, Sonos, Sandy Oscar, November Oscar,
This company, one would anticipate being still
October
trading online gaming.
$15
Then
call
you'll have
sweep,
obviously the traditional
active in SONO, Sonos, getting a pop here, SONO, shares at 15.75 now on Sandy Oscar, November Oscar.
Into a wholly owned, 100% wholly owned sub of Caesars Entertainment. Investors will be able to see the results of that subsidiary in whole in each earnings report. If it becomes the right answer for shareholders, that becomes a separate public company that's reporting its own results. Everything is on the table as we move forward. As you know, extremely fast-moving area, and we have been pretty nimble historically, and we'll do what's right by our share.
ALL, Allstate and Lyft, partner to protect drivers in 8 states. That's ALL and LYFT.
Testing for massive groups of customers so that they can relaunch group business and send people back into concerts. It's on the heels of MGM Resorts talking about its own plan for rapid testing and turning around these results in 20 minutes so that people can re-engage in conferences and businesses in a way that makes them feel secure. How important is it to the Las Vegas recovery, to the Strip recovery, to getting these massive groups of people back in?
Piece of the business, Contessa, the group business is what drives your midweek occupancy, which and it also drives your cash, food, beverage, and entertainment business. So the missing piece in Vegas right now, the key missing piece is that group business. I've argued since closing the Caesars transaction and entering the market, how the leading companies in the market have come together in common purpose to work toward bringing back groups as the public health situation improves. We work with Bill Hornbuckle at MGM, Matt Maddox at Wynn, Rob Goldstein at Sands to really put forward some incredible protocols to bring group business back to the state. And you saw the Governor TSLA this week made the first move to start raising the caps on group gatherings and for socially distanced entertainment, which are really the first steps, and indicated that as we move forward, so long as the public health numbers continue to be under control, that our customers can expect that to move further. That's a big piece as we look forward. The group organizers are looking at 2021 as we are now. So a path to being able to bring that business back is important. So we're particularly excited about what the governor announced this week and the efforts citywide to do this in a safe and healthy manner.
Yeah, the governor has now raised that limit so that 250 people are now allowed to gather, but at 50% capacity max. It is such an important part of Nevada's economy and for the economies of cities like Chicago and Orlando, New York, and Los Angeles. Tom Reed, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your insight into this acquisition and to what you know. Thank you.
Thank you, Contessa.
And thank you, Contessa, as well. Always interesting. The stock is above this, all those 30 shares. I think it's days ago. Let's stay with the gaming industry, specifically Christine, is live from Las Vegas. She has a look at how the city is betting on a post-pandemic comeback. Jane.
Hey, David, yeah, new figures out show
AMEG, AMEG,
7%, but that was better than July. And as
Covis
they've had zero
announces agreement to acquire AMEG Pharmaceuticals for a purchase price of $13.75 per share in cash, $647 million.
Football stadium here with a new team, and
That's
no fans can go to
AMAG.
the games. Las Vegas has lost more jobs more quickly from COVID than it did during the Great Recession. Mark Kramer's been driving a
Shares
cab
of
here for
AMEG
27
at
years, has never seen anything like
13.36
it.
now. 42% spiked earlier on the original news. That's AMAG. SLDB, Sandy Lima Delta Bravo, price target increased to a street high of $12.50, up from $5 at Chardan.
Bill Hornbuckle says, unlike the Great Recession, the company restructured its
That's
finances.
Sandy
The
Lima
rates
Delta
were the same
Bravo
last
after
few
the
years, so
FDA
liquidity is not a problem like
lifting
it was
the
in
clinical
09.
hold.
But he says he doesn't think that the company will ever return to 82,000 employees. It's reorganized now as leaner. We talked about sports betting. COVID, he says, has helped the company really focus on the importance of its BetMGM, which is now in 11 markets. And after talking about mobile check-in for 10 years, you could finally do mobile check-in at just about every property in Las Vegas. David?
Yeah, Jane, so interesting, so many things that will stay with us after the pandemic. Jane Wells in Las Vegas. After the break, he represents some of the biggest names in the NFL. Super agent Drew Rosenhaus. He's going to talk to us about the Titans-Steelers postponement and what that might mean for the league. We're going to stay on that story, and we'll be right back.
Guys, I just sold our Google trade. Wanted to get rid of that. Market's pulling back again. 7.00.
Municipal bonds from Henyon and Walsh can give you income that's tax-free. And you have to admit, tax-free income can be very exciting. At Henyon and Walsh, we offer you tax-free municipal bonds from across the country, so you can benefit from tax-free income wherever you live. There's nothing boring about that. If you have at least $10,000 to invest, we want to send you our exclusive bond guide for free. 1-800-376-4376.
CELH, Charlie Echo Lima Hotel. Negative report out from the Bear Cave. That's CELH.
Your free bond guide. Call now. 1-800-376-4376.
Charlie Echo Lima Hotel.
376-4376.
At Southern New Hampshire University, we're committed to making college more accessible by making it more affordable. That's why we're keeping our tuition the same through the year 2021.
I knew SNHU was the place for me when I saw how affordable it was. I ran to my husband with my computer and I said, "Look, we can do this."
Take advantage of some of the lowest online tuition rates in the nation. Find your degree at snhu.edu.
The Bear Cave reporting on CELH, the company uses in order to not used by any other NYSE or NASDAQ listed company, and has told the SEC it does not expect that our disclosure controls or internal controls will prevent all error and fraud. That's Charlie Echo Lima Hotel.
S&P got close to 3,400 this morning, about a two-week high at least, but then it settled back as we got some discouraging data on manufacturing out of ISM
LCS Holdings shares pulling back here on that negative report being circulated. Charlie Eiffel Lima Hotel 2287 on heavy volume up 5 cents.
This is going
CELH.
to be a huge wake-up call for the NFL. This wiped out a game already. I mean, this could happen to any team, any week. God forbid, impact the season. Fortunately, it sounds like they've got the situation under control. This is definitely the right move by the company to do. So do you think there's something, I mean, is the false here written protocols and policies? Is it about enforcement? Is it about something that you really can't fix short of going into a bubble? The reality that we're dealing with the pandemic. I'm not sure where you can point the finger except that everyone that's associated with the NFL, Eagles and agent as well, players, coaches, administrators, everyone has to be.
Everything's pretty much flat again. We had that initial rise there on SPY, Diamond Qs, coming back down to that 50 on SPY, Google. Let's see what Qs are doing over here. Qs are still holding up pretty strong. Tech's obviously leading the market.
Pomona Corporation, IPO, LUNG, Lima Uniform November Golf, indicating $35 priced at $19. That's LUNG, Lima Uniform November Golf.
And the Steelers, but this is something that has to be taken very seriously moving forward. As soon as I heard this news, I sent out an immediate communication to every one of my clients in the NFL to be aware of this, to stay on top of this situation, because this could affect everyone's livelihood.
BRP Group, Bravo Romeo Papa holds been on a circuit breaker, getting a big spike in volume. BRP.
Players and staff as well, because they were pretty confident, I would argue, as I think you were going into the
Company
season,
announcing earlier it was seeking new senior secured facilities.
What are they thinking now? And those coaches who've been, say, fined in recent weeks for not wearing a mask, do you see their behavior changing? I think whoever was confident going into this has to be very shaken. My immediate concern was for my clients on the Titans and the Vikings, and reached out to them instantly, and you pray for a speedy recovery for everyone that's been affected by this terrible illness. But anyone that has taken this lightly or has been cavalier, whether it's a coach, an administrator, a player,
Autodesk shares of several global technology companies are trading higher amid renewed cautious stimulus optimism, with investors hoping for additional talks. A better than expected U.S. jobless claims report has also helped lift sentiment from the session, along with strength in tech names.
that they're not playing a game this week. And everyone affiliated with the NFL has got to take this very seriously, be extremely careful. I think the protocols are outstanding. I think everyone's done a great job in the NFL up to this point. But obviously, somewhere along the lines, something didn't work. And everyone has to learn from this and make sure this is an isolated case. Otherwise, we could be seeing more of this, and it could have devastating results the rest of the season.
Drew, what do those devastating results look like? What is the actual liability for the NFL and its affiliates as it pertains to COVID cases?
Well, I mean, it's devastating from a health standpoint. Obviously, the number one concern is how this affects the player, the coach, the administrator, health-wise. That's number one. Number two is it means that no one gets paid. If games are canceled, people aren't getting paid. So that's a big concern, and that affects families and businesses and communities. Certainly doesn't help the prospect of bringing fans back to the games, to the stadiums. So, I mean, this has a very devastating effect on everyone associated with the game, and could lead to other games being canceled, postponed. So let's hope that we're nipping this in the bud.
Big pullback. Glad we sold that Google trade there once we had that pullback. We could make some other entries here in the afternoon if we see something setting up.
You know, it's stepping back from sort of the broader perspective here at the end of this
They're talking about athletes getting a big pay cut next year because of obviously fans not in the stands. That should be
NTCH
interesting.
Match Group, October 120, Call Street now on NTCH.
So in the NFL,
Currently at 113.52, Michael Tango Charlie Hotel.
198 million plus. They're saying it could go as low as 175. That would have a massive impact on how owners would spend and how that money would be distributed. And this is in the NFL, the most successful of the professional football leagues, the one that's been least affected so far, comparative to the NBA or the NHL or Major League Baseball. So there's still wide-ranging impacts taking place. We are not through the woods of professional sports by any stretch of the
EXPR
imagination.
Express at the highs now. Echo X-Ray Papa Romeo. Getting some big volume now.
We
EXPR.
appreciate the candid picture. Obviously, everyone's hoping for the best for the players and for the league. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks again, as always. Thanks for having me on. Take care. Drew Rosenhaus. Coming up in the next hour, two Hollywood legends are going to join us, Brian Grazer and Ron Howard. In the meantime, we're holding on to some gains, but well off of session highs. Don't go anywhere.
All the sports you love are on Fubo TV. Get all the channels you want. Complete coverage of football and more. Watch over 50,000 live events.
BBBY, Bed Bath & Beyond, just off the highs of the day now following their earnings report. 32% approaching $20 now. BBBY, Bravo, 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 Yankee.
Silver American Eagles have become some of the most desirable coins for investors looking to acquire precious metals. Investors who acquire this coin do so for the value and diversification that silver brings to an investment portfolio. And now, with help from Monex, you can begin investing in Silver American Eagles. Monex has account representatives standing by who will answer your question about investing in Silver American Eagles and any other silver coin available from Monex. Call Monex now or visit our website where you will see all of our silver products available for investors like you along with live up-to-the-minute prices. Call right now and discover how simple it can be to have your pure, high-quality Silver American Eagles delivered to you or stored for you in an independent third-party vault. Call, learn, and invest with Monex, one of America's trusted names in precious metals.
I think we might see a little afternoon sell-off here, a drop.
And all in one.
Behind the world's most productive people is the world's most comfortable chair, the incredible X Chair, featuring patented dynamic variable lumbar support. X Chair's adjustable seat depth keeps users small to tall, comfortable and supported. Available in Google Mesh, HDR foam, or top-grade leather. Customize comfortable positions for your neck and arms. And X Chair's patented side float infinite
GHSI, Guardian Health, Gulf, Hotel San Diego, seeing big volume coming in.
GoDaddy is going to be a great stock to be holding on to, especially if people are going to be staying home. They're going to be making more websites and whatnot. Wow, it is. It's after 11 already. Day's going by so quick. Alrighty, guys, I got a class at 11:30 here, so I'm going to get prepared for that. We're going to do a lesson in the afternoon, and we're going to do some more trading here in the trade room here. So if anyone needs anything, just let us know in the trade room, and I will be here. Avilio, you get in Wayfair?
Good morning, it is 8 a.m. at Imagine Entertainment's headquarters in Beverly
GM,
Hills.
Golf Michael,
Street and Squaw Valley is live.
delivered 665,192 vehicles in Q3. That's a decrease of about 10%.
Wayfair is going to continue
for
that
Golf
run.
Michael.
Wayfair, Amazon, Walmart, they're looking good. Look at Macy's. Macy's
Yeah.
is up over 3% today after that big pullback it had. That might be a nice leap option there. I mean, she was just at $8 just a little bit ago. Literally, about 3 weeks ago, it was at $8. It's at $5.88 now. Alrighty, guys. I will see you guys again around 2 o'clock, and I'll be in the trade room. Take care, guys. If you need anything, let me know.
Pelosi,
And we'll still be looking for some good trade setups. If the market starts to take off, we could do some day trades. Just pretty flat here today.
recently announced a new SPAC of his own, of course, was the CEO.
See you at 2, guys.